Wokeness in gaming and the end of masculinity. It's completely over. It's over for you. It's over for me. At the end of this year, we're all going to be swallowing estrogen pills, won't we? Because at the end of the day, here's what's happening. The word woke is getting thrown around like a buzzword because it's lost all credence. It's lost all credibility. People put the word woke on anything that they dislike. Like yesterday, I went over Dragon Ball Z Spark and Zero, where Kid Trunks said to his dad, Vegeta, no cap. And people were calling it liberal, saying it was woke, and that Akira Toriyama's rolling in his grave, and Dragon Ball would never be the same. All he said was no cap. There's nothing woke about that, right? So that word has lost all credibility. It's now just an ad hominem to attack people and, being used in argumentative points. And it's just stupid, okay? It's not actually anything smart nowadays, and you'll never see it come out of a smart person's mouth unironically, and it's just like, even having to use the word in any context is pretty much just like cringe, in my opinion. I mean, it just kind of has that same level of when people say that's racist, and that's homophobic, and that's xenophobic. It's like the same exact thing, but just on the other side of the field. So when it comes down to it, I do want to state this much. I always notice that people throwing around the word woke are anything but masculine. It's always a preach masculinity and you're a guy and you should go out and you should work very, very hard. Ever so rarely is this guy like actually something, It's always some dork, like some 40-year-old, 30-year-old dork sitting there scrawny as shit drinking Soylent and stuff like that. Like, why can't we get guys like this to talk about it? Oh, wait, that's me. Hey, how you doing? So with that being said, let's go ahead and let's talk about this. So essentially, let's talk about wokeness in gaming. Now, I don't think that wokeness is a big thing inside of gaming. I believe it's a huge thing inside of the entire industry of entertainment in general. And I'm going to tell you why that is. The reason why it is I want to say it started around COVID time when it was a lockdown. Everybody became terminally online. And that's when it started. That's literally when it started. Everybody was terminally online. So guess what happens when everybody's online all day? People now created their own little tribes and your own little groups, and you're over here and they're over there, and people fighting back and forth on Twitter, now known as X, Instagram, and corporations watching this, and they think, oh my God, look at all these people, look at all these ideas, we can profit so much off of these ideas, not understanding that these, stupid ideas are just coming from a very loud minority. This is not from a majority of people. This is a very, very loud minority because these people are terminally online, because when the doors opened back up, the people who stayed online stayed online. And the people who were online were like, oh my God, I'm going to go back to the gym. I'm going to go back to boxing practice. I'm going to go run. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to go enjoy life. So it's people who got plugged in are still plugged in, and they're sitting there with their sock accounts arguing with people online, and oh man, I'm going to do this and do that and trying to dox others, and they're losers, right? So now gaming companies and comic books and, different TV shows see this and they think, oh man, all this stuff, this propaganda, as people like to call it, this is so profitable. Look how many people. Look at all these people. Oh, we can make so much money off of them. And then they don't make a single dollar. Okay? All those Star Wars shows failed. She-Hulk failed. There's some of those X-Men comics are failures. Okay? A lot of these things are failures. Games, Concord, failure. That's what it is. Because you want to sit there and push a certain ideology because you think you will profit from it. And I don't think that these companies are trying to make everybody gay. And there's going to be some big gay party. And I'm not invited, thank God. I don't think that's what's happening. I think that these corporations actually believe that there's like, we need more diversity. We need more diversity. We need a chick with one arm. We need a chick with one leg. We need a black woman who's bisexual and an Asian woman. But she's gotta be stupid, because if we make her smart, that would be racist. But if you make her stupid, that would be misogynistic. Oh, and if you make the Asian woman smart, that'd be racist. If you make her stupid, that'd be misogynistic. Oh, I got you something there. No Asian women. We'll just make her black too. That's just what it is. That is just what it is. Let's call it for what it is. And then there were like certain games that had like a sheet and a chart that was making sure that their diversity goals were met. I think it was like Overwatch 2, correct me if I'm wrong. And then Concord's a failure. Me, I'm an X-Men fan. I love X-Men. I love Wolverine. I love Cyclops. I'm going to tell you something. It's called X-Men Blue Origins. It was a comic book, had one issue. You know Nightcrawler, the son of Mystique? Yeah, Mystique is the mother of Nightcrawler. She fornicated with a character named Azazel, or Azazel, depending how you want to pronounce it. Nope. Not an X-Men Origins Blue that came out in 2023. Nope, what happened was that Mystique shape-shifted into a man, fornicated with a woman, and that's how Nightcrawler is born. So they try to... It's like a side story, you know, like, I guess, like, its own universe, and obviously, you can see... Dude, it's... do I really need to say anything? Obviously, they try to retcon this whole entire garbage, and that's the shit that people like me read and say, I'm never reading that again, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? You put that down and ugh, and you gotta wash the taste out of your mouth. Same thing with Star Wars. We see what's been happening with Star Wars. Apparently, I haven't watched it, so correct me if I'm wrong. Some, like, I think the main character was like a lesbian black woman and she made herself pregnant with the Force. Correct me if I'm wrong. Again, that's what I heard online, but I've been staying a million miles away from Star Wars. And the thing is, I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. I love Star Wars. You remember Episode 3 for the PlayStation 2? That was amazing. I love Star Wars Episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I love Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, SWORD Tour, Star Wars The Old Republic, Darth Malgus, Darth Malak, Darth Sion, Darth Nihilus, Darth Revan. I love Star Wars. But when I see shit like that, I'm like, and The Mandalorian, I've never heard anything positive of that, and I haven't even seen episode 7, 8, and 9. As soon as I heard they make Luke Skywalker like some hermit, and I'm huge into the expanded universe, Luke Skywalker in like the original comics, this guy was like walking on lava and like closing black holes in space using the Force. He was unstoppable. He was the strongest ever. But nowadays, oh yeah, I'm just some hermit in the cave. By the way, check out this chick. She's really strong. Okay. So we could have gotten Luke Skywalker, you know, walking on lava, fighting gigantic lava serpents and, you know, colliding planets and, you know, all this crazy shit. Or you can just get, yo, I'm a hermit. Check it out. I'm in a cave. This is the new lead. And again, I can't tell you too much because I've heard nothing but negative ideas coming from this. I can't really even tell you how bad it is. All I heard was that it's the most woke garbage. And that's when woke meant something, okay? It was being called woke when woke meant something. Remember the Ghostbusters? When they remade the Ghostbusters and just made it all women? They just why not? It's never, let's make a project that's brand new and make it about women. It's always, let's take something incredibly strong and established, rip out the male lead, and make it a woman. Why can't you just have your own things? Why do you got to take things that are already established? Like, and a huge thing, and this is actually, like, off topic, it's me pretty stupid. I don't want to throw this in there. They were playing, it's called Mugens, M-U-G-E-N, and, like, you know, these little, like, online little beat-em-ups or sprites, and people use them, and they fight each other, and it's like, you can download them online for free. It comes off of, people who make these themselves, and they always grab characters like Scorpion, and they'll make them female and give them tits and call them Scorpy, or, like, Sub-Zero, and Noob Smokey, and it's like, what are you doing? A reptile is a reptile? So what is this garbage? It could just... Make your own character. That's fine. No one's saying that, oh my god, female leads are horrible. Just stop plucking out male leads and replacing them with female leads. And then this female lead's also a lesbian. And is loving but badass. And why did this fail? How did this project fail? Oh, why did it fail? Are you really gonna question why did it fail? Like, what's this chick's name? Erika Ishii? Apparently there's like some samurai game that came out a couple years ago. And now this chick named Erika, I believe that's her name, she's now the new lead. And she has, you know, the typical lib cut with the, you know, the side cut off with the long hair on top. And she's sitting there saying that you should defund all police. And why would you defund a police department? If you defund police departments, who are you going to call when something goes down? Who are you going to call? Oh, maybe the Ghostbusters, maybe the female Ghostbusters. They're going to come through and save you. Like, no, you're stupid. As a matter of fact, you need more funding for police officers because I think that police officers should go through more training. Yeah, that's my opinion. I think there should be more funding towards police officers and police academies because I believe that police officers need more training. And I believe that every 3 months to 4 months, police officers should go through a physical course every 3 to 4 months and be like, hey, if you can't do 10 pull-ups, if you can't do, let's say, like 100 push-ups, if you can't run a mile in under, you know, let's say 9 minutes, you're off the force, you're suspended. And then you can retake that trial in another 3 to 4 months. That's what I believe. And I believe every single officer should have some sort of boxing training and some sort of jiu-jitsu and something you got to keep up on so they don't just trigger happy. I believe they need more training. I think we should put more money to that. so people can stop being so trigger happy. Because what happens when you get a 5'1" female trying to tackle some 7-foot guy, or like not even some 5'10" guy, and the guy's big, she can't take him down. What is she gonna do? Fist fight him? No, she's gonna grab a gun. That's what she's gonna do. Because let's call it for what it is. A gun's the great equalizer. It doesn't matter how big and tough you are. You can be Brock Lesnar. Dude, if I have a ratchet on me, it's over for you. I don't care. You can take probably 2 to 3 to 4 depending on what you're on, but you're going down. But at the end of the day, this is the stupidity that comes out of mouths of people like that, or defund police departments. And replace it with what? Oh, we're going to have jungle justice? You know who has jungle justice? Jamaica. You know what the death, like the kill capital of the world is? Jamaica. If you don't know what jungle justice is, it's pretty much like a group of people are like, yeah, he did something bad. Drag him out of his house and just beat him. That's jungle justice. Jamaica has that. They are literally the kill capital of the world. I don't think we should have jungle justice. I think it's a bad idea, okay? Sitting there like, oh, you just rile people up. That's like the witch trials. It's just a whole bunch of people get together and like, yeah, that's a witch. Let's get rid of her. That's not smart. You're an idiot. You're very primitive in your thinking. Like, again, we've come way too far from that. But it's just like it's woke ideology in these shows, like She-Hulk as well. Canceled. Garbage. And then people try to make that comparison between Deadpool dancing and She-Hulk dancing. And it's like, no, because when Deadpool did it, it was funny because he wasn't like being cringe. I mean, there's a difference between a very poor CGI She-Hulk character. Nobody likes She-Hulk, right? Because she's just a bitch. Like, she literally, the whole entire show, she just treats men like garbage and says, why don't men like me? Whilst being the most egotistical, disgusting individual you could ever, like, hope to never be around. And then completely, she's like, let me shake my butt with Megan Thee Stallion. It's a character you already don't like versus Deadpool. Deadpool is so likable. He can do anything. Like, even there was some jokes in the Deadpool movie I didn't like. I thought they were cringe, but I was like, I let him slide because it was Deadpool. I love Deadpool so much. Like, remember with the whole cans? He's like, I'm masturbating. That was cringe. Not funny. But I was like, it's Deadpool, so I'll kind of let it slide. You know, but She-Hulk, you already despise that character off the get-go. It's just an unlikable character, so anything you do is really just up to any, like, negative comment. And you do something like that, up to the chopping block you go, right? You kind of served your sentence. So, with that being said, wokeness is in comics, or wokeness is in comics. It's in games, as you've seen. It's in movies. It's, Concord, etc., etc. Not because I think that corporations and everybody wants some big gay party. It's just because companies, as of right now, think it's profitable. And I'm going to further prove this because have you noticed that June, what was that, 4 months ago, right? Did you notice that in June, a lot of those NFL teams didn't switch their profile pictures to the Pride ones? Anyone else notice that? And NHL teams are now taking a stand against it? It's because they probably are, it looks like people don't care anymore. People don't care anymore. You're not making as much money. Like back in 2020, 2021, you're probably making like, you're making bank. Someone's got to see the revenue on that, right? They're probably making bank off them Pride shirts back in the day when everybody was like, whoo, making a big fuss about it. You could take that shit with you, son, even for $3.99. Nowadays, probably ain't making nothing. It's like, so it doesn't matter anymore. So what I'm going to say is just wait till the next trend comes in, and that's what it is. Corporations don't create trends. They typically follow trends, and they shoehorn trends for more profit. That's what they do, right? And that's just what it's going to be, unfortunately. And what you have to do is you just have to take a stand. If you don't like it, take a stand. Be like me. Don't give them your money. Just say, hey, you know what? This is my money, and you have no right to any of my money. You're not entitled to it, so I'm not going to buy your stuff. I'm not going to. I'm not going to sit there and complain and be like, this game is woke, and then buy it. That's not what I'm going to do. Last game I bought was Resident Evil 4, the remake. That's the last game I bought. I'm going to be buying Sparking Zero. I'm not going to sit there and buy some fucking bullshit schlub game like a lot of people, Concord, whatever the fuck that garbage was. This new samurai game with the chick and the, what's her name, Erika Ishii or whatever. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. No. You're not getting my money. You got to start punishing these companies. That's how you punish them. Give it negative rep. Talk trash about it. Let people be aware of who these people are. And don't give them your money. Boom, boom, boom. That shit is trash. You're trash. And you don't get my money. And tell your boys about it. Holla. Holla if you hear me, right? That's just what it is. So stop sitting there and complaining about wokeness and all this other stuff if you're going to partake in it. For example, a lot of these people, this game is woke, but you bought it to review it. right? You bought it to review it, so it can't be that bad, right? It's a stupid idea. And then, God, man. And people exacerbate the smallest of things. That's another huge issue. Again, and I talked about that earlier in the video with the kid Trunks saying no cap. And I was exacerbated like it was World War IV. Come on, guys. Get over it. You know, saying no cap is not woke. Not even the slightest. But when people put that label on there, it's what weakens the impact and the oomph. So, one more thing I want to talk about. Oh, God. Thank God this just hit me. The uglification of characters. I'm going to end the video on this. Because I would like to go into more detail. This is semi-true. I noticed this because the Wolverine game that got leaked, Sweet Baby Inc., they're trash. They're horrible. Sweet Baby Inc. went in there. Jean Grey was made to look like Jean Grey. And then once Sweet Baby Inc. came in there and made it, like, they, like, kind of put their head in there, Jean Grey, like, turned 58 years old and was, like, next to Wolverine. So with that being said, I'm your boy, Cold Raven. For the wokeness stuff, million thumbs down.